Alright, we are live. Hello my friends and welcome to our 9 p.m. Friday live stream. Hello my friend and welcome to our live stream on Friday. Hello, we have our first viewer. Hello Mr. Koto, Mr. Koto Chilled, Mr. Sky9. Hello my friends and welcome. Welcome to our crazy Friday 9 p.m. live stream. So there was a voting lately, which I'm checking right now on my phone about a vote for which type of car to make on this Friday 9 p.m. live stream, and the community, which is 102 votes, 47% chose modern muscle. So I think we'll be making modern muscle car. That's how the vote, or that's the winning vote actually, which is very exciting. But first let me inform everyone on Discord that I'm actually live, because some people, they need to be informed. Right, so everything seems very properly. Wow, this is not my first live stream, and I'm still pretty new. And yes, I'm a bit late, like 10 minutes late over the time, because I was fixing all the crazy problems on my live stream app. Let me send the link. I'm live on YouTube, and here's the link. Alright, so everyone on Discord was informed. Alright guys, so let's see what kind of modern muscle we should make. So since you are guys the first viewers here, the first two viewers, let's choose together which body. Would you like to see a 4-door muscle modern muscle car, or like a 2-door muscle car? Because my eyes right now are on this body. It looks very muscly and very tough, as you can see. But no, unfortunately, Mr. Koro Chelp, I asked for a vote. I asked for a vote on the community tab, and people chose modern muscle. Yeah, modern muscle, my friend, not classic muscle. So yeah. So which body do you think? So you said 2 doors, which is very exciting. I like this body because it looks like a Camaro. I think it looks like a modern Camaro, right? Very close, which is very awesome. And this is, I don't know if you have seen this on Top Gear before. Like, there's a coach building company that takes Maseratis and something, and they put like this hatch on the rear, coach building things, which is absolutely cool. Alright, so we have 3 viewers so far. Yes, it's starting slow. That's okay with me, and I just want to have fun this Friday. Even if you guys are watching only, it's fine with me. I just want to have some fun. Alright, so let's take this 2010 model, and let's see. Let me just make sure my voice is working correctly, because sometimes the app just starts or stops working. Alright, so my voice is working perfect. So let's see, modern muscle. Since we are in 2019, let's go with 2019, which is much better. All right, let me just make sure. Okay, I think that's a Bentley body. No, actually, my friend, I've checked. I mean, which Bentley do you mean? Continental? No, it doesn't look like Continental at all, Mr. I'm gonna call you Mr. Romero. Alright, so let's start with the chassis. I'm not really sure what's wrong with the frame rate. It's like I mean, it's 60 as you can see, but it says 27. I don't know what's wrong with Automation Game. My graphics card, it's barely working, but it's okay. The new one. Which one? The I don't know what's the new one. Okay, so let's make this one. This one looks very muscly. I like it. So let's see. The body should be aluminum, I think. Guys, what do you think? Aluminum chassis, panels, since it's a modern car. Well, that's correct. And the only aluminum chassis here, which is the semi space frame. This one is only made from aluminum, as you can see, which is absolutely crazy. I always hear about companies makes cars with aluminum chassis, and in automation game for a very long time I always thought that monocoque is sometimes comes in aluminum, but unfortunately in automation game, if you want aluminum you have to go with semi space frame, and it's good. This chassis is very good for a very sports car. And yes, glued aluminum, you can choose it, but unfortunately the adhesive, or the glue that they use for this chassis is extremely expensive. I mean really expensive. That's why not many manufacturers use it. Yeah, but I'm talking about a regular chassis made from aluminum. Yeah, my space frame is your friend here, unfortunately. So let's see. Alright, front, of course, it's front longitudinal. It's a muscle car, so we need to choose that. What do you think, guys? McPherson or double wishbone? What does usually muscle cars come with? I think double wishbone. But what do you think? Double wishbone or McPherson? McPherson, it's more compact, which means allowing bigger engine to go in. Yeah, but double wishbone, it's much more sporty, controllable, more comfortable. So the first vote goes for Mr. Skyline, says double front and rear. Mr. Burak says McPherson. Mr. Kodo says also double wishbone. I don't know. Well, it's up to you guys. This is your car. I'm gonna call it the live stream muscle car. So whatever you guys vote on, I will just go with it. So what do you think? I don't know, McPherson for a big engine. Yeah, but how big it can fit it? I don't know. Maybe we'll see that. So, I mean, look, double wishbone. Why do you think the double wishbone, takes a little bit of space? Because of this bit here, the bit that the wishbone are stuck onto. This chassis bit. This bit is what takes a little bit of headroom or in the engine bay. McPherson is just empty. Yeah, yes, that's correct, Mr. Romero. McPherson, yes, they use it in compact cars and cheap cars because it's lighter, it's cheaper, and it doesn't take that much time to be engineered. Alright, so let's go with just double wishbone, much more comfortable and sportier. Seems appropriate, to be honest. Now, the next bit, which is rear, what do you think? What do you think should be put on the rear suspension? As you can see, the default graphics on this chassis, as you can see, is double wishbone. Hello, Mr. Fishboy. Hello, my friend. Thank you for joining our crazy live stream at 9 p.m. So what do you think, guys? I mean, solid axle coil. The AE86, the legendary Toyota Corolla, used this crazy system. And yes, we can get the rear differential to show up, which is a very nice detail. No, it's alright, my friend. It's we just started. It needs to have independent reel, and that's correct. I always hear about independent. Hello, Mr. Lorenzo. So I always hear about independent suspension. That means each wheel has its own separate suspension unit. But does the semi-trailing arm, does it count as an independent suspension? Or is it connected? I think you can count it as a independent, right? Because there is nothing connected between those two suspension units except this roll bar, I think, right? What do you think, guys? Does semi-trailing arms count as independent, or is it some sort of crazy witchcraft which is not independent? What do you think? I think it looks independent, right? What do you think, guys? Mr. Sky says I don't know. Mr. Kodo Shield says no. Magic. I'd go for double wishbone. Double wishbone is good. It's really good, but in the future, like when you need to service the car, you have to service these double wishbone and those linkages. And on my Crown Vic, because I have front double wishbone, front suspension, I always have tons of problems with for example, I don't know what they call it in English, but in Arabic, this bit here, in Arabic they call it the knee. Like when your leg knee, they call it in Arabic the knee. not exactly knee, but yeah, this bit here always breaks on my car. And also the bottom one, this one also breaks. And this one here, I've changed this so many times on my car. Yeah, these bits always, yes, all right, yes, tie rod, yeah, that's correct. I always change these things. Oh my god, because the road here, sometimes the roads, when you drive along, you just hit a bump or hit a hole or something, and these will just shatter. Yeah. Alright, so double wishbone it is on the rear. What do you think, double wishbone or multi-link? Multi-link seems very high-tech, right? I think multi-link is extremely high-tech for a muscle car. So yeah, double wishbone seems a little bit, yeah. So yeah, too advanced. That's correct, Mr. Sky9. That's correct. In Polish, it's what? It's Srubka. I really don't know how to pronounce it. Srubka. Maybe it's correct, maybe it's not. Alright, so moving on, the chassis, well, let's give it a +1, you know, a little bit of a bump. So Mr. Lorenzo says, a semi-trailing arm suspension is a simple independent rear suspension system for automobiles where each wheel hub is located only by a large, roughly triangular arm that pivots at 2 points. Wow, that's good, cool to know. Alright, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Lorenzo, for the info. Moving on. Alright, now this is the bit that everyone loves to see in automation game. This is the bit that took off in automation game, which is designing your own engine. Everyone, when they saw a video on automation game like making pistons and V8s, and people just went crazy. So of course, Mr. Sky9, of course it's a 90 degrees V8. That's a signature for a muscle car. A flat plane V10. Well, my friend Mr. Romero, you can't choose a cross plane or a flat plane for the V10. Only a V10. That's your only option. Yeah, a 4.6 V8. Well, that's my favorite, of course. Who knows? So this is a V8, as you can see, which means 4-cylinder on each bank in a V shape. For, you know, if they don't know it. A Viper engine. A Viper engine, I don't know if it's a muscle engine. People love this engine because it's huge. It's 8.9 liter overhead valve. But I don't know, I think always a muscle car should always have a V8. What do you think, guys? Am I correct? I always think that a muscle car should always have a V8, not a V10 or for example a V6 or a V12. An SRT 5.1. Yeah, I mean these things like SRT, like Ford modular V8, an LS engine, these things are muscly, like a small block Chevy, a big block Chevy. Oh my god, I love the big block Chevys. These just massive engines with tons of torque and horsepower. I mean the name itself, yeah, the Voodoo also, the Voodoo and the Windsor, these are just, you know, crazy muscly names from, you know, the 70s, you know, and the 60s. Mr. Koro Chip says a 4.6 liter V8. Of course, I know the boron stroke for this engine. I mean, I know it like on the bottom of my hand, which is awesome. I would love to see a Chevy 5.7 turbo build. I don't know, can a turbo V8 count as a muscle car? I think a muscle car should be naturally aspirated or supercharged. Turbo, I'm not really sure. Wow, so many options. So what do you think, guys? What do you think, guys? What should we start with? Come on, I'm excited and I want your opinions. Come on, hit me with some crazy ideas. So Mr. Kodo Chip says 4.6. Someone, Mr. Jovet says a Chevy 5.7. Mr. Fishboy says, can we have a pushrod person? I think they'll look epic. Well, of course they look epic, but unfortunately the technology in automation game, it's rubbish for the pushrod. Unfortunately, I mean, it's really rubbish in automation game, the pushrod. You have to push the quality slider to the max just to get the realistic like LS power. 1 liter Eco V8. Oh my god, that will be actually crazy and wow. So alright, Mr. Kodo Chip says a 4.6 V8. If you want to create your own 4.6 Ford V8, it's simple. It's the bore is 90.2 for the 4.6 and the stroke is 90. That's it. If you want to create your own like Ford Crown Vic or a Mustang 4.6 liter, you know, the modular V8, those are your numbers, 90.2 and 90. That's it, 4.6 liter V8. Mr. Kodo Chilp is you know, giving me motivation to make a Crown Vic engine. EFI, single overhead camshaft. I mean, he just giving me the motivation. Mr. Giovanni says 6.2 V8 double overhead camshaft. Well, that would be super powerful. I like it. Fishboy says, could you maybe do an FH4? What do you mean FH4 video one time? You mean this is an engine or what's that? You mean flathead or what? FH4 or is that a name for the engine? I will Google it later, but I would love an explanation. So I'm not gonna make the 4.6 well because Forza Horizon 4. I'm sorry, my friend, I don't have Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, it's a little bit too expensive for me. Maybe in the future I'll buy it, but currently I only have the Forza Motorsport 7. That's the one that I have, unfortunately. Yeah, I know it's an amazing game. I've seen amazing videos online, people playing and having fun with it. You can do many crazy things with it. It's like a new version. If you guys can remember, do you remember Test Drive Unlimited 2? Do you remember this game, Test Drive Unlimited 2? I've played so many hours online in this game, me and my brother against tons of people online. Test Drive Unlimited 2. Oh my god, we have played so many hours. I love that game so much. Although that game was full of that game was full of bugs. So many bugs. The game was crashing like, I don't know, every 5 minutes the game crashes. But it was one of my all-time favorite car games. You could buy your own home, you can customize your character. You would buy crazy cars, and there was the bike DLC, the casino DLC, all these crazy things in it. I love it. You can buy your own yacht. And yeah, cheat engine sometimes was working, sometimes they would catch you and give you like a warning or something. Wow, I love that game so much. And I think the Forza Horizon 4 is like a comeback or a new modern version of that game. Did you play Need for Speed? Of course, Mr. Fishboy, of course. I've played them all since I had my PlayStation 1. Yes, I had the PlayStation 1. I had one. Not the big one, the mini one. They call it the mini. I've played Need for Speed, Porsche Unleashed, Porsche, Need for Speed High Stakes, Need for Speed, of course, Underground 2, Most Wanted, Carbon, Pro Street, Undercover. Shift Unleashed 2. I played them all. Yeah, that's, you know, in a nutshell. Yes, I love car games. That's why I'm into cars. But yeah, let's build our V8 here. We got off the topic. We got off the topic hard. So yeah, the best series. The best series at all. I mean, my favorite series that I want to play with like all the time. I don't know. To me, I like the Most Wanted, the original one, the not the new Most Wanted. You know, the original one, the BMW M3 GTR. Oh, I love that. I love that game. The movies, the story, the cars, the music, just amazing. I love it. Most Wanted, the original one. I also like the Underground 2 because it gave me like more options, like you know, tune your engine to see like the intake and to put crazy cams on it, exhaust and so on. But it was a ricey game, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna hide it from everyone. I am one of those guys back then that I've chosen neons on my car and crazy vinyls and stereos, scissor doors on a crappy Vauxhall or a Peugeot 206. Yeah, it's a race simulator. Yes, that's Mr. Fishboy. Yeah. So Mr. Lorenzo says a game that I played a lot was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Oh, I love Hot Pursuit too. I love the music of that game. The Atlanta, the Desert Road. I love to drive the Diablo, the Lamborghini Diablo SV. Oh, I love that, and the Mercedes CLK GTR on PlayStation 1. Those are my favorite cars on Need for Speed. Oh, I just love those cars, like my all-time favorite cars. Hello, Mr. Goral Adrian. Thank you, my friend, for joining our crazy 9 p.m. Friday live stream. We are talking about some childhood memories, games like Need for Speed, Test Drive Unlimited 2. Hello, Mr. Marco. Thank you for joining us, my friend. We are talking about childhood memories, like your favorite car game when you were growing up, like on PlayStation 1 or 2 or whatever, like Need for Speed or Test Drive. All these things are just crazy. So, I don't know, I think I'm gonna continue with the 4.6 liter. So it says, Mr. Burak says the first girl fell in love with was Underground 2. That girl, oh yes, Rachel. I think, yeah, Rachel. That was the name of that girl, Rachel. I think, yeah. I also loved Mia and Need for Speed Most Wanted. You know, that blondie that started the game. But in Need for Speed Carbon they gave you that Amenio Vaugier. That's the name of that girl, I think. Amenio Vaugier, something like this. She looked nice. She had a 4 GT. Yeah. Alright, so enough talking about women. Let's focus about this engine. Can it be twin cam? Of course, my friend. So 4.6 liter then, double overhead, as you can see. Childhood memory of mine is Pokemon. I've played a lot of these games as well. I was young, but that has nothing to do with the topic, by the way. No, it's alright. I mean, to get off cars. Also, I've played. I don't know if you like it or not. Do you know Yu-Gi-Oh, which is like a card game, monsters, crazy and nerdy game? Yeah, I like the TV show, and I've actually played it in real life. I don't know if you guys know it or not. Yeah, so double overhead camshaft. It says here by Mr. Sky9, overhead cam with 4 or 2 valves. Well, I can go with a single overhead cam, more realistic. I remember playing GT games even before understanding English. Only found out about career mode a few years later. Yeah, yes, Yu-Gi-Oh was very cool. Yeah, Mr. Marco. Mr. Lorenzo says, I do know that well. That's cool. I enjoyed playing so much. Unfortunately, the family is outside talking on the phone, so you may hear some background noises. All right, so let's make this engine and continue talking about childhood games. So I didn't understand. I don't know if have you guys played some truck games before? Like some truck games. When I was growing up on my PlayStation 1. When I was growing up on my PlayStation 1, I had a Japanese truck games. I don't know what. I think it was called. Art Battle Truck 2. I think that was the name of it, and on PlayStation 1, which was a Japanese truck game on PlayStation 1. I promise you, I don't understand any kind of Japanese at all, 0%. And I don't know how did I manage to open the menu, start a career with it, and just drive it. It was absolutely crazy, and I love it. That game was amazing. German, oh, a lot of comments. Okay, so Spin Tires, yes, I have it on my Steam, which is like a muddy truck game, which is not bad at all. I like the graphics in it. Euro Truck Simulator 2, oh, I love it. I play it all the time, Mr. Gorel. I had played German Truck when I was 6, and then I played Euro Truck Simulator. Yeah, those games are cool. Xbox or PlayStation? Well, all my childhood was PlayStation 1 and 2 only. I've never ever purchased or played on PlayStation 3 or 4. No. But because after PlayStation 2 I had my first computer and I start modifying it, and I've met the PC world games and I've seen the better graphics and so on. That's why I just gave up on PlayStation. But my little brother, when he was growing up, we got him an Xbox 360, and I got Forza 4 on it, which was very cool. You know, the Ferrari 4581, which was cool. Where you're from, Bud? I'm from Syria. I'm from Damascus, Syria. That was, you know, I was born there, but I live currently in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia. I prefer Xbox One. It's up to you, my friend. I'm not gonna argue. Some people like the console, some people like PC. It's up to you, my friend. PC Master Race. Well, yeah, I'm a little bit nerd when it comes to computers, like CPUs and graphics card and so on. But yeah, let's start. Let's make this engine. Overhead cam. Let's go with, you know, 4 valves, much better than 3. Aluminium cylinder head. Let's go with VVL. You know, make it more modern. Forged steel, heavy duty forge. You know the package for a good engine. What are the specs of your PC? Currently, my computer, I have a 7700K Core i7, GTX Titan X graphics card, 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, MSI gaming, I don't know what they call it, MSI Z970, something like this, gaming 3, many SSDs, and, you know, custom water cooler system on top. You know, nothing much. Some green lights in it to cope the Nvidia, you know, the Nvidia logo. Yeah, I'm a bit nerdy when it comes to computer. I like powerful, you know, computer components. Yes, all hail Nvidia. I like Nvidia so much. I don't know. I've tried AMD what they call them, GPUs before. But when I got my Nvidia Titan X, I just gave all my AMD cards to my brother. So my brother right now, he has my old computer, which is 479K i7, and the dual AMD what they call R9 270X Crossfire. That's how my little brother computer. But yeah, I'm having a Titan X here. So. Well, let's see some comments, because on my computer, I don't know what's the problem with this program. It's called XSplit Gaming Stream or something like this. This chat on my computer stopped, so I opened my mobile. Right now, I'm viewing all your messages on my mobile phone. Can I add you on Steam? Yes, my friend. I think my Steam username is Lord Bass. I think Lord Bass or Lord Bass 94. I forgot. So, then you should, what I mean by the Chevy 350, you guys have all the nice old square body Chevy trucks. Oh, I like those trucks. I've seen many videos like on Roadkill and on YouTube. Those trucks are legendary. I'm playing all the games on my Asus ROG gaming laptop. For a laptop, it's pretty powerful. Yeah, those gaming laptops these days are just, I mean, the companies are just pushing all the limits on them. Better graphics and better CPUs and crazy things. But myself, I'm a desktop guy, because I like to mod my desktop computers, you know, now and then when I have some, you know, extra money laying around. So let's see, single performance. Yeah, looks cool. Let's see how much this little puppy can push what kind of horsepower. You know, naturally aspirated. What kind of compression ratio? Let's start with 10.5 to 1. Long tubular, dual, let's say 2.5 inch. High flow. 380 horsepower out of the box. That's not bad. 4.6 liter V8. My favorite size. So let's see. Let's get back to the engine. Okay, I found you. All right, my friend. How much? HZ? You mean hertz? Is your monitor? No, my current monitor is just a regular TV monitor. It's a Samsung 4K TV. It's only 60 hertz, my friend. What's your real life car? 1997 Crown Vic, Ford Crown Victoria. That's why I always like to choose this size of this engine, 4.6, because this engine served me for a very, very long time. It served the family. It was my father's car, actually, to be honest. It was my father's car. I mean, this car got me to school since I was 3rd grade, because when we came to Saudi Arabia in 2003, I was studying. I was, third grade. So what happened is this car, this Crown Vic that I'm driving right now, took me to school all these years: third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, then middle school, high school, and of course right now I'm driving it to my university, to college. So hopefully I'll be graduating soon. So yeah. Gas should be cheaper than water here. Well, my friend, before, not right now, 2 years ago, yes, fuel or gas, it was cheaper than water. I promise you, it was cheaper than water. But now in 2019, no, it's a little bit more expensive than water. Oh, I got an adding message. So yeah, thank you for adding me on Steam. So let's see, nice engine. Let's see. Pretty have what? Damn it! What's that? Yeah, yeah, Mr. What is it, Mr. What? Marta Super, whatever. Mr. I'm sorry, but your username is a little bit too complicated, so I'm gonna call you Mr. Marto. Mr. Marto, yeah, yeah, I know. I should have like a 144 hertz monitor or something, but they are very expensive here, unfortunately. That's why I just went with a 4K, a 4K TV. Not bad. It's very cool. I'm running 4K resolutions like nearly on all my games. Yeah. Alright, so let's focus on the engine for a bit. I want to push it naturally aspirated to the max. I mean, look, right now this engine is 20.6% efficiency, not bad. And we are only using 86 octane and pushing 380 horsepower. That's very good. So let's try and push it to the max. So I'm gonna try maxing out. Not always, like 97 gives us better power. Let's go with let's see, I'm gonna go, since we are running naturally aspirated, I'm gonna go with light forged piston. This way we can push the RPM a little bit too high. Yes, try VVL around 80. And what? A cam profile? Don't worry, my friend, yeah, I'll try, but first I need a racing cam profile or racing VVL profile, like fully on maxed out, and then tweak this to, let's say, yeah, 62. Now this is a good tune. As you can see, the curve is looking pretty nice and yummy, and ignition timing is maxed out. Alright, now what we need to do is push the compression. Let's see, I'm using 95 octane fuel only. Let's choose 98 because most of Europe has 98 octane fuel, like nearly on every petrol station. So on 12.3 to 1 compression ratio, using 98 octane fuel exactly, 20% fuel efficiency, and we are running 452 horsepower. That's awesome. So let's push the RPM. Alright, so 80 to 100 RPM, not bad. So how about switching to titanium connecting rods? 8500 RPM, alright. Wow, look at that, 8500 RPM. Now this thing will rip. Most cars use 91 octane. That's correct, Mr. Romero. My current car, my Crown Vic, the one that I'm driving every day, I fill it up every day with, or not every day, I fill it up always with 91 octane fuel. I tried putting the 95 tune in it because I've tuned the ECU of it with a tuner device from SCT, they call it. They call the SCT-X4, and it will give you like 3 options: 91 octane fuel, 95, and 98. I've tried the 91. It's good. The car is much more responsive, much more powerful and torquey. With 95, I don't know, because the difference between 91 and 95 fuel prices here in Riyadh are a little bit big. The difference between those two types, and I didn't get that much difference, to be honest, using 95 octane tune. That's why I just went with 91. I'll try for 400, 450. Well, it's currently 450, my friend, so it's good. Supercars use 95. Yeah, all supercars in Saudi Arabia, all of them, like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, everyone fills with 95 because we don't have more than 95 octane fuel. You have only 2 options when you go into a petrol station: 91 and 92, or diesel. Those are the the options here. I'm downloading automation right now. Is it original or wink wink? So my dad's Honda Civic Type R has 98. Well, yeah, some cars, as I've mentioned, especially in Europe specs, some of them come with like 98 recommendation. Should we name the car the Natural Beast? Well, why not? It's a cool name. My car does use Euro 95 unleaded fuel. That's cool. That's 98 AKI, not RON. Alright, so no, I'm using RON in an automation game, but I don't know if you're talking in real life. Oh yeah, just say wink wink. That don't write the C word. It's the C word. Some people will just make problem with it. Yeah, I think that's BeamNG and automation worth money. Well, my friend, yes, there are tons of fun. You can make your crazy cars and just try them, drift them, crash them, do whatever crazy things you want to do with it. Alright, so the exhaust I think is a little bit restrictive. So with 2.8-inch exhaust diameter, that's good. Let's say +5 quality. No, not on everything. No. Because pushing the RPM more. Let's say +2 quality here. +1 or 2. Yeah, +3 quality here. Seems very cool. Let's go with billet steel crankshaft. We can push the alright, 8700 RPM. That's cool. Alright, I'm happy with it. And go with a twin throttles or throttle per cylinder. We'll lose torque. Yeah, I'm gonna go with twin. I like because I like the twin setup. Look at that. Look at this beautiful twin throttle setup. Oh, I just love it. So let's see. I don't have much money. Well, so was I, my friend. Most of the people don't have much money. Yeah. How much is automation in US dollars? I'm really not sure, Mr. Juvet. Go to Steam and check it out. 25. Not bad. Strike pipe all the way. Mr. Fishboy, I'm not making a racing engine or a racing car. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. AKI numbers are higher than RON. Yes, that's correct. Twin setup looks great. Looks epic. I think that's a single point EFI looks great. Single point EFI. Yes, single point EFI. It's not bad. It looks like a an EFI carbureted setup, which is not bad, but you won't get that much horsepower out of it, to be honest. Let's see how much fuel we can push in without making the engine to run rich. Here we go. So 12.0, that's the maximum. All right, now we can push the compression ratio. All right, 12.9. All right, 12. But what I really want is I really want to see 13. 13. So 508 horsepower, 13.0 to 1 compression ratio, revving all the way to 8,700. So are you ready, guys? Let's fire it up. Are you ready? But first, what? I think it's okay. So okay, then cat and muffler. Yes. If you crack the game, you wouldn't be able to download mods and from Steam. Yes, that's correct, Mr. Romero. And that's a bummer because, to be honest, automation developers they won't actually give you tons of for example, car bodies to deal with, or like fixtures. That's why you need mods. You need tons of mods to make your car or not your engine, only your car to look more realistic. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, if you have some money, some time, if you can save up a little bit, I promise you will enjoy it more. So let's fire it up, but first lower your volume because I don't want to blow up your phone or blow up your sound system. Just lower it a little bit just in case. 3, 2, and 1, and a beast indeed. As you have seen, the vacuum gauge here, it was restricting. So the twin throttle configuration is actually restricting air. So this engine can breathe in much more. So let's see how much horsepower. 508 right now. 510. Not much, actually, not much of a difference. And we lost a lot of torque, as you can see. Like right now it's 382, this is 377. So only extra 2 horsepower and we will lose some torque, which is not really ideal. So I'm gonna keep it on twin. So let's go with bypass valves and go with a smaller, no, let's keep it 2.8 inch. Let's go with a custom exhaust muffler or headers. Oh, 537. That's nice indeed. So let's read some of the comments. Let's see. What a beast. You can make the engine sounds less loud in the settings. Well, I like it loud, to be honest. I like it loud. But extra bodies are added to the game though, and some of the modded stuff get into the game vanilla context. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've seen, Mr. Lorenzo, I've seen some modded bodies get into the game, as vanilla content. I've seen that. Rev limiter is insane. Add twin. What do you mean add twin? It's already twin throttles. Let's see. Just for testing. Let's go with a race intake manifold just for testing. I want to see how the induction noise sound, and yeah, look at it. With the race intake, it will look epic. All right, look at that. I'm just in love with this intake setup. Look at that, pure carbon fiber. Look at that, absolutely crazy. I just love this setup. I mean the shape of these throttles and these intake manifolds. Wow, it's just pure evil. Look at that, pure evil. Will you make another V16? Well, maybe soon, who knows. But look at that beautiful carbon crazy things on it. That intake is wider than wow. Yeah, so just for the sake of it, let's remove the cats and the mufflers, just to see how this thing will actually sound. So right now, without any restrictions and +5 quality, I'm gonna drop it to +3. Right now it's 88.2 loudness value, so this thing should actually be crazy noisy. So lower your volume just in case a little bit, because I need to fire it up. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Wow, what a beast. I mean, on idle, this thing is just burping and shouting, and when you rev it, when you open the throttles, this thing is just a shouting dragon of fire, noise, and goodness. Wow, who doesn't love a V8? Tell me, who doesn't love a V8? I mean, this engine is just, the best noise ever. Some people love, the V6 noise or the inline 5 noise. Yes, they sound good, but nothing sounds like a shrieking, brutal 4C V8 screaming like a fiery dragon. Wow. I love it. It's not an overkill, my friend, to be honest. I'm running only 98, which is within spec. I mean, it's not really that much expensive. It's only $2,300. But yeah, I'm gonna return it to performance to make it, you know, as a production engine, cats and mufflers. This way, it's a, yeah, now it's a production engine, 2.8-inch exhaust diameter, and look, it's now back to normal. And lots of engine, my friend, don't be lots of engines actually came with titanium connecting rods, so I'm not actually breaking anything. Why not supercharged? Well, I can actually supercharge it in BeamNG.drive. Yeah. Will you make a single point EFI i4 low budget fun sedan in 1990s? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe on the maybe on the next video. Let's see. My mom hates V8. Well, of course. Also, my mom hates V8. I mean, yeah. Sometimes when I rev my Crown Vic, she just screams at me. Yeah, sometimes. Don't tell that. So a rotary sounds better in my opinion. Of course, Mr. Vlad, because a rotary is special on its own. It's not you know a piston driven engine. It's a rotary, the Dorito Magic. Everyone loves a Dorito Magic, of course. No one hates it. LS is love, LS3 is life. Yeah, LS engines are cool. LS engines are very popular these days. Lots of cars are LS swapped. And people actually do them here in Saudi Arabia. You will see a lot of Toyota Hiluxes, or what do they call them? Sometimes you will see like a Land Cruiser or something, also LS swapped. Wow, you see many crazy LS swapped cars here. Would be nice if the game had rotary engines. Well, why not? Yeah, and diesel too. Alright, so we are happy with our engine, 536 horsepower, not bad at all. Now let's move on. So the body that I've chosen is this 2010 body. Looks not bad actually. Looks not bad at all. But it's gonna take forever, I think, to model the car. Yeah, it will take forever. So let's try and choose some of some viewers' creations before, because there was a crazy challenge before with this body. So let's try and choose one of those crazy cars and see how they perform. So let's start from the top. Some of these are my own creations, old creations, as you can see. So let's try and jam this engine into a car made by, you know, some of the viewers. You know, a pretty ready car, or one of mine. Check this one out. This is the rally attempt number 1, the first ever challenge that I made on this channel. The first one, which is rally challenge. This is the first car for the challenge. As you can see, no wipers, nothing. This thing was extremely basic back then. Let's see what we have here. The Toro. No, this is an overkill. The taxi, Falcon taxi. Cop car, repeal, all these things are cool, but not really what you call muscly. So let's try and see if we can actually find a muscle beast that is actually ready. This is a derby car, the Pluto. I've actually made this muscle. This is a muscle car that I've made before. Vito James. Yeah, that was a loss. Frienza. This is the Toyota GT AE86, as you can see. The Marauder. So make it a long what boy? A long boy? What do you mean? Nissan Patrol. Yeah, I think big engines are overrated. Small, well-tuned engines are better. Well, Mr. Burak, small tuned engines, even if they are like, well, it's up to the tune. It's up to the tuner, Mr. Burak. If the tuner wants to make its engine like reliable daily driving tune, they will be not bad. They can push some great horse. They will push some great horsepower, great torque, but they can't match, like for example, an LS engine, for example, or like an LS7 supercharged one, or for example the EcoBoost V6 twin turbo. I mean, these things, yes, they are not really what you call super powerful, but they are super efficient and torquey. Yeah, and comparing them to small engines, well, that's not fair, because what do you mean by small engine? Like an inline 4, inline 5? These engines are, no, you can't compare them to a V8 or a V12, for example. A V12 can easily push like 500 horsepower or 450, I mean, like easy. So, yeah, it's up to the tuner, my friend. Swap the AE86. Oh, that's not fair, because the AE86, it's already a handful car. I mean, with its basic inline 4 engine, it will just lose control and drift on every single corner. Can you imagine a V8 in it? It will be undrivable. Have we tried an Italian supercar challenge yet? Yes, we have tried some we have tried the supercar challenge before, as you can see. As you can see, all these cars are no, not this one. Yeah, like this one, for example, or yeah, some of these cars are from the supercar challenge. This is from the GTI challenge. This is the people mover. This is the thirstiest car. This is the trolley. This is the drift American pickup truck. This is a created car by someone. Also this Atomo V8. This is the cheapest. Everything. Look at this one. This is the Atomo V8. Everything in this sedan is minus 15 quality. Everything. It has a 5-liter V8 turbo, very cheap, and as you can see, it can make 22 miles to the gallon. Everything minus 15 quality. How about a hypercar? Well, maybe after this one, maybe we'll make a hypercar challenge. Check out this van. This van has 1,000 horsepower. This is a 911 Carrera-ish, as you can see. Let's see, where should we jam this V8? Where should we jam this V8? Look, check this one out. This is a viewer car was sent to me by, this is a car that was sent to me by a viewer. It looks very, very close to an RX-7, and he called it the i6 26 Brab. That's what they call it. Let's see. I love NA engines. I love V10 with hybrid car. It says, how about a Kami drift car? Unfortunately, Mr. Vlad, I've received this requested challenge before, the Kami car or Kami drift car or something. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about communist car. I really don't. I really don't know anything about communist cars. Like, yes, I know that they were rubbish, they were unreliable, looked terrible. Check this one out. Do you remember this car? It was green, it was powerful. I tweaked it, I've put a better engine in it. It's now stable and it handles like a dream. This one. Let's see what we have here. This looks like 177. Yes, this is the car that I was talking about. But first, let me check out some things. Yeah, this is the car that I was talking about. This one and another one. I remember that there was a... here we go, a purple one. This one was also a crazy looking one. Yes, the orange one. Check this one out. Check this one out. Now, this is a car that was made by a viewer. What do you think? Should I try and jam everything in it? Jam the new engine in it? Or should we pick another car? What do you think? Or should I just put it in a sedan and call it a day? What do you think, guys? Hello, Mr. Motor Company Kevin. Hello, my friend. I can help you. What? That's a nice. What? Romania used to be a communist, I think. I'm not really sure. Try and make the worst car possible. I already did. I've shown you that. It's called, where is it? Where is that? I've already showed you that. The diet, the Dan, the Crown Vic. Yes, the Atomo. This one. Check this one, Mr. Fish Boy. This is the Atomo V8 Turbo. Everything on minus 15 quality. Everything in it on minus 15 quality. It has a V8 5-liter twin turbo. Everything on it is 5-liter. I've already made a video about it. Good morning. It's 3 AM here. Hello, Mr. Trollface. A milk van. Well, yes, talking about the milk van, let me show you this. Let me show you this, my friend. Talking about the milk van, I've already made another version of it. All right, here we go. This is the milk van. Do you remember this? This is the 1946 milk van. I've already made another version of it, you know, to celebrate 2,000 subscribers on the channel, right? Which is this. Look at it. This is the classic rubbish version, and this is the upgraded version. Looks absolutely amazing, and right now you are seeing something special. I've never ever shown this to anyone. This is the milk van, and this is a sporty version of it. I think it has a V8 under the hood. Very cool, very super powerful in automation game. But the only problem with this thing is when I load it into BeamNG.drive, the tires, all 4 tires will just blown off. All of them will just shear off the body. Yes, a V8. All the 4 tires will just shoot out the body when I load it into BeamNG.drive. That's why I didn't film it. I mean, I've spent some time on it to tweak the suspension, tweak the aerodynamics. As you can see, it looks absolutely crazy, but the tires are keeping, you know, blowing off. Happened to me too. Yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Too much power. Yes, just pop off. Yes, my friends. That's why I didn't make the you know, the sleeper version of it, and I didn't film it. And look, with a V8 under the hood, this thing can do 23 miles to the gallon. So the milkman can deliver the milk in no time. Use drag radials, flop. I've tried so many options. Mr. Where is it? Mr. Ghibli, I think. Yeah, I've tried them. No, they won't flop. They just pop off. I mean, when this thing loads into BeamNG.drive, immediately, like that, all 4 tires will just shear off. What does sound like? Sounds like an explosion. The Lada is a perfect starter drift car for snow, but a Volga is much better, also V8. Yeah, I've seen, I don't know, where did I see this Volga V8? I think on YouTube. Yeah, I think I've seen it. A V8, a Kami V8, or I don't know if it's a Kami V8, or I don't know what is it. Yeah, this is the Carbon X, and also a special project that I'm working on. I want to tweak this thing to perfection. This thing has a 300 horsepower inline 5 turbo or NA, but it's a racing engine, and this thing just rips hard. This thing is just brutal. It's a racing car. It's basically a racing car, and it's just brutal. This is the Carbon X, which is a special project that you will be seeing very soon when it's ready. What do you think about it? It looks cool, right? This is the Project X. Let's see, what else do we have here? The Mini Cooper S. Yes, you have seen this car before. As you can see, it doesn't really load correctly into automation game. Let's see, where can I contact you privately? Me? Well, on Discord if you want to, or on Snapchat. You can add me on Snapchat. On Snapchat, my friend. Let's see. All right. Oh my God! For a moment, I thought the live stream crashed because yeah. For a moment, I thought the live stream crashed. Yep. Let's see. Is it still working? Yes, it's working. Instagram. Well, I have Instagram, but you know, it's for family. To be honest, you know, I have Instagram. All the information is in the description, my friend. Mr. Motor Company, all the informations you need are in the description below. Good thing it didn't crash. Yeah, good thing indeed. Look at this, check this one out. This is it's called Sisto Elemento, but it's not really a Sisto Elemento. This car was sent to me by a viewer to review it and modify it and put a supercharger on it, and I think nitrous oxide. I did it for him, and I've sent it back to him. It's a crazy car. It can do like 430 kilometers per hour. It's very powerful. It's very crazy, but it's not really what you call you know, a handling car. It's just a straight line, you know, car. Racing Spirit, which one is that? Yes, now this is a car I also found on the Steam workshop. I don't know, I've tried everything. I've tried to make it an off-road car, I've tried to make it a racing car, it didn't work. I don't know, something is happening and this thing just crashes when I load it into BeamNG.drive, as you can see. Can you make more horsepower than 500? Well, I can if I want to. What is this? Model 3? No. Oh, now these, yes, now these, check this one out, guys. You remember the off-road showcase? Let me show you some of the cars that I loved in the showcase, in the off-road showcase that I kept in my automation game, like the Churchill Whitehall. Check this one out. It's a brilliant looking pickup truck. This one, the M1996 Atlas, which is the military version. The Myzid, which is the winner, of course, of the off-road showcase. An amazing SUV. I like it. 736 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8. I mean, the person who made this thing made it. It's amazing. And of course, there's the Ford F-150 Raptor, the EcoBoost V6 version. Pretty amazing car. I like it. I like the EcoBoost. All right, I got an idea, guys. I got an idea. What do you think? Should we make a better engine or a more powerful engine than the EcoBoost V6 that is already in it? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Come on. Let's do a vote. Would you like to see a V8 F-150 Ford pickup? V8 EcoBoost. Come on, guys. Give me yes. Come on, let me see those yeses. Come on. Let me see many yeses. Velociraptor. Oh, you mean the supercharged beast? Oh, I would love that. Of course I can modify it, and I think I will. No, not an LS3. I don't want to make anyone upset because, well, it's a Ford. And I don't want to put an LS in it. Yeah, it's pretty offensive to put like a Chevy engine in a Ford, to be honest. All right, so let's make another version of it. So what I'm gonna do is clone it. I'm gonna clone, let's see, clone the trim only or the variant. No, I'm gonna clone the trim only and then make a new engine for it. Hopefully the game won't crash. I really don't want to see the game crashing because yes, it happened before. Alright, so here we go. This is the clone then. I know I can LS swap it, but I'm not gonna do that because, to be honest, I hate these things. Like, because I know, of course, there is like a war between Chevy guys and Ford guys all the way, and Mopar guys also, but I'm not gonna get into that. So this is the, alright, so this is the Ford. Look at that. So this is the creation that he made, the viewer that he made. Pretty nice, right? Pretty nice indeed. I like it. Pretty detailed in every way. I like it. Alright, so the engine. So this is the engine that he made, which is the EcoBoost as he called it. It's not 100% correct because yeah, it's a little bit too thirsty. 23% fuel efficiency. That's not really what you call eco. No, not an eco at all. I'm not gonna destroy this engine. I'm not gonna break it for him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new engine, a V8 EcoBoost, not a V6 EcoBoost. So what I'm gonna do is, alright, collapse all these. Check out the V16. Yeah, the V16 King. Well, no, it won't fit it. It won't fit in it. So new family. Here we go. Come on. Alright, it's loaded in. Yeah, nailed the grill indeed. Mr. Ghibli, I like Chevy. I like Chevy engines. I like the Corvette. I like the Camaro. I like Chevy cars too. I'm not saying I'm a Ford fanboy or a Chevy fanboy. I like both cars. I like both companies. Both of them made crazy cars, good cars, and rubbish cars. So yeah. All right. And of course, Ford is life because, well, my current car is Ford. So let's see, V8. So what do you think? What do you think a proper size should be? A 5.0, a 5 liter, a 5.0, or what? What do you think a proper like Ford engine size? A 5.0? Ford Taurus has the best Ford V8. Really, is there a Ford Taurus with a V8? All Ford Tauruses here in Saudi Arabia, all of them has inline 4 or that rubbish V6 in them. I don't know. I've driven one and I went to the dealership and I've seen the Taurus, the SHO, the twin turbo or the show, whatever they call it. It's not bad, but I'm not sure if this thing has a V8 or not. Have you got no? There is no W16, my friend. W16. There is no W16. Mr. Vlad Kruglov says 82.4 and 79.5. What does that give me? What does that give me? So 82.4 and 79.5. That's gonna be 79.5. What's that? A 3.4 liter V8? That's tiny for a pickup truck. That is tiny for a pickup truck. 3.4 liter. That's a tiny engine for a pickup truck, my friend. So I think let's try the 5.0. Any one of you guys know the Mustang 5.0 bore and stroke? Do you know that? Do you know the Ford Mustang? The 5.0. I would love to do that engine and then turbocharge it to make like a V8 EcoBoost. Do you know it, guys? Any one of you is familiar with the 5.0? A Coyote V8, yeah, the Coyote one. Well, I made it before. Oh my god, I forgot. I made it before. I made the Coyote V8. I made it, but I don't actually remember the bore and stroke. 92.2. Alright, that's cool. So 92.2 and 92.7. Thank you, my friend. 92.7. Alright, 92.2 and 92.7. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you. That's very cool. Alright. Mr. Air Force round 96. Make a Mark III Supra. Meh. I'm sorry, my friend. We are making a V8 EcoBoost for a V8 EcoBoost for a Ford F-150 pickup. All right, so double overhead camshaft. How many valves? 4, I think, right? Aluminium. No VVL, of course. Let's say forged internals. That's pretty obvious. What's the compression ratio? Any one of you guys can shoot Google and give us the compression ratio for the Coyote 5.0. A Porsche 977 German Carrera. I think I made it, Mr. Stan Wanga. I think I made it on a playlist. It's called the famous requested engines playlist. I think I made this engine, the 977. I think I made it. Yes, it's a high compression ratio, but I'm not really sure how or how much. 11. Oof. Wow, that's too much. 11.021. That will be a challenge actually to put turbo on. So let's see. Let's say sporty camshaft. Does the Coyote has VVT on it? Do you think the Coyote has variable valve timing, or it's an old school engine? What do you think, guys? Mr. Bodwin, what do you think? Have you made 1UZ? I think I made it. And yes, I think there is no VVT on it. It's a pretty normal engine. I don't think Ford used VVT on it. GT350 Mustang. Well, maybe in the future, yeah. It uses VVT on all cams. Really? Oh, that's cool. All right. So since we have now the basic and the short block, what they call short block, or the block itself and all the crazy like bore and stroke and compression, everything is dialed in. Now let's choose turbo. That will be actually a challenge. Let's go first with eco and build our way up. So AR ratio maxed out. Turbine is the smallest. I think it uses EFI, right? I think it uses EFI, not DFI. I think this thing uses electronic fuel injection. EFI, right? I think this thing uses EFI. Yeah, let's go with performance. 98 for a start. Let's say 13.5 or 13.2, you know, for a start. Drop the ignition in. What? What do you mean Google says that 12? Really? Are you sure, Mr. Ghibli? Are you sure it's 12.0 to 1? Because Mr. Bodwin says 11. What do you think? 11 or 12? Come on guys, because it will make huge difference. 11 or 12? What do you think guys? 11 or 12? I think, yeah, 12 is too much, I think. So let's start with performance I've mentioned before. The 2018 Gen 3 one has 12. Okay, so the 12.0 to 1, does this thing has EFI or DFI? The Gen 3 also has D. What do you mean DI? Direct fuel injection? Direct injection? I'm waiting. So the Gen 3 one also has DI. You mean direct injection? I think so, because 12.0 to 1, that's too much. Yeah, that's too much for a turbo engine. Ooh, that will be a challenge actually. So yes, I think we should drop the boost. And bigger bore. Really? So bigger bore says here 93. Okay, so 93. Look yourself. What do you mean look yourself? I can't, my friend, I can't leave this and go look myself. Let's see. Alright, so thank you, Mr. Bodwin. Direct injection. Alright. That will help actually. That will help a lot. So let's say 6,000, 7,000 RPM. Dual exhaust pipes on the pickup truck. Oh my god, it will be a challenge. So out of the box with 12.0 to 1 compression ratio with a turbo, we are pushing not bad. I'm not gonna push too much boost. I'm gonna try to keep it efficient. So 8 point whatever. Let's see. It's actually not that bad. I'm impressed. 450. Look at that. Same as the V6. Same as the V6. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna push the quality a little bit of the fuel system. Same goes for the exhaust, same goes for the turbo, and a little bit to the camshaft. This way it's much better. So let's try and push the turbo a little bit. This is the lazy turbo. So remember, this is an EcoBoost V8. I'm not gonna make like a racing V8 for this pickup truck. Of course not. That would be hideous. More boost in, not much. It's actually not that bad. I'm impressed. The turbo will kick in early, which is very cool. 530 horsepower. That's actually very cool. I like it. Where is this? I don't know. And I really don't want to know where is this guy. I like it. So increase the RPM limit to 7,500. All right, let's see. Yep. Let's see. Let's go with, since we are making a good engine, let's go with titanium connecting rods. This way we can push the RPM a little bit harder, like 8,000 RPM. But we need lightweight forged pistons so we can rev them higher. All right. The engine is not that bad, and it's efficient actually. It's not too much thirsty. Fuel efficiency is actually nice. 550 horsepower. Nope, single throttle. It's actually pretty decent. Have we had a GTR challenge? I mean, Mr. Ghibli says make at least 500. It's 550 right now. So yeah, we are running pretty nicely. Alright, everything seems cool. Let's see, here we go. Bigger compressor. Here we go, bigger compressor. No, not much boost in. No, we don't need that also. I think we have dialed in the engine. So 3-inch exhaust diameter. Drop the ignition a little bit. Go with a bigger exhaust. Here we go, 580 horsepower. That's very cool. Alright, what do you think, guys? 580 horsepower. Alright, 580. Alright, coming up to 600 horsepower, guys. Coming up to 600. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 600 horsepower, my friends. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. Yeah, 600 horsepower and nearly 22.8. So if I push it to +5 quality, it will be much better. The exhaust can do the same thing. The camshaft, yes, 23, as you can see, 23% fuel efficiency. Not that bad indeed. And 600 horsepower. Alright, let's fire it up. So we have a 5-liter or a 5.0 Coyote engine, double overhead camshaft, the Gen 3 12.0 to 1 compression ratio. Yes, 12.0 to 1, and turbos. This thing is making 600 horsepower and 537 pound-feet of torque. Nice. The turbo is actually cool. The turbo can kick in at 2500 RPM, which is very decent. Alright, let's shove this engine in. Let's see, he have chosen 4x4. Alright, 7.9 seconds. So what do you think, guys? Should I keep it 4x4 or should I go with all-wheel drive? What do you think? Because with all-wheel drive, I can adjust the power distribution, and yes, it will drop down to 5.2 seconds. I think I'm gonna go with, as you can see, with all-wheel drive, it will drop from 7 seconds to 5.2 seconds. Like 2 seconds difference. That would be huge in terms of acceleration. And also, yep, you guessed it, Mr. Vlad. Crash, crash, crash. Wow, what a shame. Automation all the way. Now let's search for. Let's search for it. Where is the? Here you go. Here we go. This is our cologne. Well, who cares about off-road? And we are making like. Do you know those street crazy people that drive those F-150s with? I mean, look at that 4x4. 7.9 seconds. I mean, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Because remember, my friend, we will supercharge this V8, and when I supercharge it, yeah, it won't be that much. So Dakar Rally F-150. So guys, what do you think? Should I keep the automatic gearbox, or should I go with like Yep, yep, that's automation game. When you have tons of cars and tons of like mods and especially when you are tuning like a car that you have made before or a car that was sent to you by someone, I mean, yeah, to pay respect. This thing is just rubbish. All right, I think I'm not gonna. Let me skip a little bit ahead because I don't know. I think it keeps crashing on the gearbox area. So yeah, let's go with gear limited slip differential, 5.1 seconds. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. 5.9 seconds. All right, wheel spin is a little bit our friend. So 4.8 seconds. Oh my god. I don't know. I really don't know why. I really don't know why automation hates this pickup truck. I don't know. I really do think that we shouldn't play with the gearbox too much. I don't know. This thing keeps crashing on the gearbox, so I think I'm gonna leave the gearbox on its own. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the gearbox on its own. Automatic, crappy. Yep, I'm gonna leave it on its own. I'm gonna leave it on its own. Moving on. I'm gonna go with, what do you think guys? Sport compound, or should I leave the chunky off-road? Yeah, I think there's tons of fixtures on this pickup truck. So what do you think? Should we keep the chunky off-road or go with like hard? I mean, with hard, as you can see, we will have better handling, of course. Medium, much better. Sport, even better. Let's go with medium. Keep everything comfy and cool and gooey. The tire size it's not bad. Let's see, the suspension is a bit rubbish. Let's see what kind of suspension he used. Oh, no front camber. Alright, so we need tons of front camber. Come on, automation, don't crash. Don't crash, be cool. Be a good game and don't crash. Be a cool game and don't crash and ruin our experience. Here we go. Here we go. I'm sorry, Mr. Burak. The game crashed so many times, and yes, goodbye, my friend. Unfortunately, this game sometimes gets on your nerves. Don't crash, don't crash. Oh my god, active comfort. Now this is not good. Active comfort will make the truck extra heavier, and for what? For extra comfy points. Just go with progressive. Just go with progressive or standard and job done. Active comfort or active sport, it's a rubbish way. And using active sway bars to make the pickup even heavier. Yeah, just don't use these things unless of course you are making like for example something comfy. Let's go with, let's see, less sway bar on the back. Here we go. This thing is now a handling machine, but as you can see, yep, as you can see, it's not stable at all. Check this one out. Check out this line. The yellow line is shooting up. That means it's not stable at all. So what we need to do is go with more with less camber. This way it will get a little bit more understeery. But yes, as you can see now, the line is dropping, which is perfect. I'm sorry guys, I'm not really paying a little attention to the comments. I'm just focusing on finishing this thing without crashing the game. As you can see, this thing has not bad brakes, but let's go with better ones. Alright, let's see, is it balanced? Come on, balancing the brakes. Here we go, balanced perfectly. Alright, look at it. Let's see the V8. Here we go, V8 goodness, 5.0 under the hood, twin turbo. Yep. Now it's ready. Now this thing is ready to rip. Let's change the color. Let's go with... I'm afraid to change the color because... No, it's cool, okay. Yellow. Alright, yellow sounds more brutal. Alright guys, so it's ready. Let's export it to BeamNG.drive and see how it will perform. Any last suggestions? Any last suggestions, my friend? I'm afraid of tweaking the gearbox because I'm sure it will crash. But if we want to tune it or tweak the gearbox, we need to be as fast as possible. So the current gearbox is automatic, but I want to change it. What do you think? Should I go with dual clutch? It's 4.6 seconds right now from 0 to 100, and that's extremely quick for a pickup. Manual, it's good. It's good. So what do you think, guys? Because I think if I push one button here, yes, the game will save it, but I think the game will crash. So we have one vote for manual, one vote for dual clutch. Come on, guys, come on. Give me your votes. Manual or dual clutch? Manual is manual, and but dual clutch, that means we can go automatic and we can go manual at the same time. Remember that. Dual clutch is always, you know, it will give you both worlds. So manual, and dual clutch. So we have 3 votes. Sequential? No, I'm not gonna make a sequential pickup truck. That's for racing cars or racing pickups. Yeah, because no production car I think came from the factory. Normal car. I'm talking normal pickup or normal car. No normal car came with sequential. Dual. Yeah, so far manual is... Yeah. I don't know, because I want to go with manual, but I'm afraid the game will crash, so... Oh my god, finger crossed, 4.2 seconds, don't crash, please don't crash. 7 gearbox, give it a 7 ratio, sorry. Don't crash. 4.2 seconds. Wow, that's actually brutal. That is brutal. I like it. Alright, 60. That's good. Alright, guys. So now we have manual 7 speed, 4.2 seconds. That's actually brutally fast. I like it. With electronic limited slip differential, it's 4.1 seconds. 4.1 seconds. Woof. That's actually superbly quick. I like it. Don't crash, please don't crash. Oh my god, don't crash. Save it. There we go. So guys, do you think... Okay, so should I keep it like this? Come on, one last vote. Wow, that's too much. 4 seconds. Oh, okay, 4 seconds. Oh, I like it. Too much overdrive. Not that good. Alright, not bad. I want some overdrive, but not too much. So let's say 290. No dual. Okay, it's perfect. 4 seconds. Wow, that's actually pretty brutal. Alright. I'm happy with it. Let's save it so the game won't crash. Alright, it's perfect. 4 seconds, 600 horsepower, twin turbo V8. Let's see, this thing this thing is not eco at all. Nearly 16 mpg. Nope. Oh, what is that? Whoa, the engine cooling. Oh, I've never noticed this thing. Why is the engine cooling that much? Oh, the engine cooling is rubbish. Why is that? Why this thing is too high? Thank you, my friend, for noticing this. Unfortunately, Mr. The Blue, no, the supercharger won't add more speed because look at this number. You see this number, the 280 right now? This is the number. That's it. The car will cut off on 280. If you have supercharger, if you are running normally, it will not add any extra speed. I promise you. As you can see, increasing the top speed or the final drive made the top speed a little bit less, 279, 278. Yeah. So let's leave it on 300. So it says here 300, but I promise you it won't be 300. Can you remove the limiter? You can edit it if you want. You can actually open like JVM files and no, you can't remove it. You can raise it. You can raise it so high, but you have to play with the gearbox ratios and so on. It will not be, you know, it won't be realistic actually. So I think it's perfect. Let's check. Yes, it's still what do you call it, stable. All right. Let's export it. But first, let's name the engine. Let's name it 5.0. Yeah, 5.0 Ford Eco V8. And here write ish, because it's not really an efficient engine, but it's cool. And not super cab. This one I'm gonna call it live stream crazy. Alright guys, so let's export it to beamengine.drive and switch there and see how this thing will actually perform. But after I export it, because I need to tweak the file, I need to tweak the JBeam file and add the supercharger, file to it, you won't be able to see that because the live stream, oh my god, look at that, look at the fixtures, look how much time the game will take to load all the fixtures correctly, because the person who made this car, he had chosen a ton of fixtures on it. Alright, it's exporting, but I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be really quick, but to add the supercharger file, the nitrous file into it, because unfortunately you can't see that because of the live stream program. It will not show the desktop. This program will only stream the the game itself. Alright, so I'm gonna be quick. Alright guys, it's done. I added the supercharger file and the nitrous file. Now I'm gonna fire up beamengine.drive and of course start doing crazy things with this thing. Alright, here we go. So beam-ng.drive is working, but something is wrong with the resolution. Just give me a moment to fix it, because yeah, I'm not gonna run it on 4K. I don't want my graphics card to run 1,000,000% while making this. No, no, not crash. I was editing my friendly file so I can supercharge it. Alright, so let's start with, let's go to a good map. So where should I try it first? Alright, let's go. What do you mean, Top Gear test track? Okay, let's try automation test track for a start and then go to do something else. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate your awesome support. No, Mr. Troll fails. No crash. I was editing the car. I was adding the supercharger file to it so we can supercharge it and hear it whines. But first, before we supercharge it, let's try and drive it, you know, on our automation tool. Let's see how this thing will actually drive. I'm pretty excited because right now it's super quick. Look at that. Look how heavy the game with mods. I mean, look at it. It just takes forever to load the map. Sometimes this thing happens, sometimes not. Yeah, but as you can see, so yeah, it will be twin charged. Yes, a twin charged beast. And yeah, let's check the mileage also. So as you can see, all these crazy creations are from the previous challenge. Here we go. Here we go. This is our creation. It's gonna take a little while. Actually looks good. This thing actually looks very, very good. Sounds good also. So let's see how to perform on our stock automation tool, turbo only. Ooh, accelerates nicely. A little bit of understeer. I need to. Oh my god, a little bit of understeer. I need to. Yeah, I need to pay close attention to the understeer. Yep, you can drift it. Oh, you can drift it. If this thing has a dual clutch gearbox and better suspension tune. Oh my god, yeah. A little harder suspension would be nice, because this thing has a softy suspension. This thing, you know, it's not bad. Look at that. Oh, super quick. I'm genuinely impressed. Now this thing looks good and it rips hard. Oh yes. And sounds proper now. I mean, I like F-150s with V8s. Oh, I forgot to brake. Brakes are rubbish. Alright, so we need better braking, but who cares? You can go on the dirt and continue your way like, oh my god, no, like nothing happened. Yeah, so this thing has a little bit of understeer, to be honest. All-wheel drive power. So what do you think? What kind of MPG this thing is doing? What do you think? What kind of MPG this thing is doing? Because yes, I can show you. What do you think? Come on, guess, guys. Come on, write in the comments or in the chat. What do you think this thing? What do you think? What kind of MPG this thing can do? because I'm not really sure if this thing can actually do good MPG. Of course not. 4-5. Alright. Mr. The Blue says 4-5. Mr. Say La says 6. At full load 5 MPG. Okay, so let's check. Average speed, average fuel economy, or fuel consumption. Alright, so let's see. Here we go. Oh, look at the number. Oh my god, 1 MPG. 1. At full throttle. Oh my god, 2 MPG at full throttle. Yeah, so the range. Look, check out. Let me show you the range. Now this is the range, right? So it will show you how many kilograms or how many kilometers, sorry, this thing can achieve with its fuel tank. So at full throttle, we have around 45 up to 60 kilometers of range. Yep. Look at the range. A full tank, or maybe 3/4 of a tank. Okay, so when I speed up, oh my god, when I speed up, I will get more range. So if you want to get more range in this pickup, you need to speed up. The more speed you have, the more range you have. Whoa, what an amazing thing. Can you imagine that in real life? To get better mileage, you need to speed up. Look at that. Speed is increasing and the range is increasing. Again, I forgot to brake earlier, so I'm gonna use the dirt road. Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. the Troll Face. So, now it's supercharger time. Look at that! This thing rips hard! And it's only 600 horsepower. I mean, this thing is not like 1000 horsepower, and the torque, it's not really super high. It's only like 580. Do some off-roading. Alright, after the supercharger. Look at that, it's a drift machine. I love this pickup truck. I would love a dual clutch in it, to be awesome, to be completely awesome. Or to be completely honest, I would love a dual clutch system in it. It will be much more efficient and much more easier to drift it, because manual you have to wait for the for the clutch to engage, and All right, so let's turn off the engine, and now let's put on a supercharger on it. What do you think, guys? A twin screw supercharger or what are they called? A centrifugal. What do you think? Would you like to see a twin screw supercharger or a centrifugal? I think a twin screw can work with a twin charge system like turbo and a supercharger twin screw. I think it can work. And centrifugal, I'm not really sure. Alright, let's go with screw. I think, yeah, screw can work. Alright, and let's go with nitrous also. What? What? Yeah, alright, so let's see. Now we have a supercharger on it, as you can see. So supercharger and turbo. This thing is making around 1,200 horsepower right now. Oh my god, no, that's too much. That is too much. So what do we need to do here? Let's hear the engine first. Alright, it's not bad, but it's whining too much. So we need a little bit high whine and less pitch to make the sound more realistic. Come on. Yep, we need less pitch. Alright, alright. right, here we go. Here we go. Let's drop the efficiency a little bit, so we can have, you know, less horsepower. So right now, let's see, right now, turbo and supercharger, we have around 800 horsepower. Alright, 800 horsepower seems pretty. PSI speed rate, increase it. Alright, this thing sounds good money. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We are ready. Nitrous, let's go with 25 liters of... No, not 25 liters. Let's say 20 liters. Let's go with 200 kilowatt shot. So we have 800 horsepower on supercharger and turbo, and 1000 horsepower with nitrous. Alright, now that seems pretty nice. Let's see. Supercharger, no. Turbo and supercharger. Here we go. Oh, listen to that! Wow! It's super powerful! This thing gets up to speed now! We are struggling with the brakes. How much boost? I didn't actually look. How much boost we are pushing? Whoa, 16. Nitrous. Oh my god, look at that. This thing rips hard. Nitrous, 1000 horsepower. Okay. Oh my god, the brakes. We need better brakes. The brakes are rubbish now. Whoa. What do you think, guys? Is it really, is it awesome? Oops. Went the wrong way. Well, that's how a supercharger sounds. It sounds like a whining baby. I mean, yes, I think it needs a little less pitch. I love superchargers. I mean, I don't know what people want, but why people hates them. I mean, lots of cars, they should come with superchargers. I don't know why people these days use turbos. I'm not really sure why they don't use superchargers. I mean, can a supercharger make an engine efficient? I really don't know. I haven't actually, you know, seen like an engine tune video about supercharger tune. That's why I'm asking you guys, do you think a supercharger can make an engine efficient like a turbo, or will it make the engine more thirsty? Because I really don't know that. Now what we need to do is, let's go with less pitch. Like, let's try the minimum amount of pitch noise. Oh, supercharger will reduce efficiency. Oh, that's not good to hear. Oh, listen to that. I know turbos. I know turbos make more horsepower, but listen to that. Listen to that. Listen to this. Wow, and listen to that. Listen, we have blow off valve sounds. Nitrous, nitrous, and supercharger and turbo, all at one. Whoa! Oh my God, this thing is quick. All right. How much MPG? Now this is the question. How much MPG we are averaging? So average MPG is not working. So fuel consumption, let's see. Oh my God, 4 miles to the gallon. Alright, let's see. Top gear, which is 7th gear. Driving normally, normal speed, normal throttle. Wow, 9 miles to the gallon. Or 12. Listen, look at that. Like throttle is 12% only, and top gear, or 7th gear, like 9 miles to the gallon. Oof, that's awful. Yeah, turbos use waste energy, which is turbo gases, or exhaust gases, which is a very nice idea. Now this is a Velociraptor. Nitrous. Alright, now let's see the top speed on this thing. Of course, if we want to see the top speed on this thing, we can't obviously test it in automation test track. So let's go to the endless highway map, which a lot of people were asking me about. But first, let's save it. Let's save it so we won't lose it. Let's save, overwrite. Here we go. So now this thing will remain always supercharged. Oh, thank you, Mr. Goral, for joining us. I really hope that you had fun. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, my friend. So endless highway. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see the top speed on this thing. What do you think, guys? Because I have limited the top speed on that pickup in automation game. I have limited it to 300 according to the final drive. But automation game said the top speed is 278, so let's see if it's actually correct. Here we go, endless highway map. Nitrous. Nitrous, 1000 horsepower with nitrous. Oh, here we go. As you can see, it's limited. It's limited according to automation game, which is 280. Even if you set the top speed like to 300 to 320, but no, it will only do the limited bit. But it's not bad. Can you imagine a pickup truck driving at 281 kilometers per hour? I mean, all this weight. Can you imagine the weight of this pickup, which is 2.7 or 2.5 tons, driving at this speed? Can you imagine the brakes? Let's try and brake this thing. Look at that, 5 miles to the gallon at top speed. Not bad. All right. Go to the engine G-beam and comment out to top speed. Yes, of course, I can raise the top speed limit, but it won't be realistic. It won't be realistic. If I raise only the top speed limit, it won't be realistic because the gearbox will remain the same. The engine because the gearbox will just reach the maximum RPM because of the final drive, and then the engine will start to rev, the rev limiter. It won't be realistic because I need to add like more final drive, and then I need to add more in J-beam, so it will be complicated, but it's possible. I will work on it. I'll promise you guys I'll work on it. Yeah, of course, Mr. Battery Man. Yeah, of course. You are the one that gave us supercharging and nitrous. Thanks to you, my friend. Thanks to the Mr. Battery Man. Thank you for joining us. He is the one that found the crazy bit of supercharging and of course nitrous. So we should all give a special thanks to the Mr. Battery Man, because he gave us this crazy bit. Alright, let's try and use the brakes. Oh, it will be sad to crash it, but first let's try and use the brakes. Look at the brakes! Not bad. I thought this thing would just, the brakes will boil over. Alright, celebrating donuts. Come on. Awesome, awesome, awesome all the way. Alright, so let me show you another special car. Let me show you another special car that I was working on these days, which is this, a Diablo close replica. I've made the real engine, which is the Lamborghini, the 6 liter, or yeah, the 6 liter V12, the classic one from 1990. Yes, from 1990 I made that engine, as you can see. And I've tried to replicate like the tire size. So the front tire size, which is 235, that's the Lamborghini tires official size, and the rear, which is 335. Yes, those are Lamborghini specs. The same goes for the final drive, the same goes for the gearbox, the same goes for the suspension. All these things are Lamborghini official specs. Even the engine itself. But oh my god, I forgot how much horsepower. But yeah, because you can read the horsepower here. I remember 500 something. So it's rear-wheel drive. This thing is rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, and I want to see the top speed, because according to Automation Game, the top speed is 350. So let's see. What do you think about it, guys? Of course, it's a V12 Lamborghini. What do you think, guys? Is it looking cool? Is it rubbish? I don't know. Yeah, I know, my friend. I know, Mr. I know I smashed my keyboard. No, I'm not saying I made 100%, correct Lamborghini Diablo. No, of course not. I made something close, because not all fixtures are, same or realistic. But something close. But I replicated the tires, the engine, the gearbox, the chassis. What else? What else did I do? The suspension, the brakes, the brake sizes, the brakes, and even the hydraulic system. Yeah, all of them are Lamborghini specs. Yeah, but the body, I tried hard. I hope that I can make it more realistic in the future. But look at that, top speed 326, or no, 335 according to the air speed. It's not bad, it's stable actually. Yeah, the taillights are, yeah, I know. Look at it, this thing is just flying. And it's a little bit quiet. But I really love the Diablo, especially the SV. Oh, I love the SV. A a car that I would really love to own someday, which is a Lamborghini Diablo SV, yellow, and the SV is written in black on the side of it. Oh, I mean that's just my dream. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, Supra. Yeah, they look actually Supra. So that's pretty much it, my friends. I really hope that you enjoyed your time today or tonight. I had so much fun chatting with you, having so much fun, yeah, going on the memory lane on Need for Speed and all these crazy things. And of course, I've shown you some of my like behind the scene cars that I'm working on and everything. Let's check the mileage on this Lamborghini engine. So let's see. Yeah, let's increase the speed, like highway speed. Let's say 120 kilometers per hour. Here we go. 120, 16, 12, 14 miles to the gallon. Wow, that's thirsty. Ooh, that's thirsty. Here we go. Let me balance the throttle. 7%, 9% throttle. Here we go. 20. All right, so this thing can actually do 20 if you are very gentle with it. This thing can do 20. Try the Beam NG challenges in the next stream. I can, I really can if I want to, but it will take hours. If the submitted cars, Mr. The Blue, if the submitted cars are not really that much, I will do a live stream, you know, reviewing the cars. But if the cars are too much, like big number, really big number, no, it will be really tough for me. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for joining in my special 9 p.m. Friday live stream. Where are you from? Me? I'm from Damascus, Syria, my friend. I'm from Damascus, Syria. I was born there. Right now, I'm living in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, because my family moved here in 2003, and I was little back then, and of course, I need to follow my family. So yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up, my friends. Please, always, when you enjoy my video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Get subscribed if you are new to the channel, and of course, if you like my videos, if you like my challenges, if you want to give me more motivation to do much more, the link in the description below from, of course, my Patreon page. You can sign up to my Patreon page. You can download all these special cars. Yeah, all these special cars like the Lamborghini, the Carbon X, the V16 Queen. All of these cars are available on my Patreon page. You can download them, enjoy them. An LS3. I think I made an LS3. Check my famous engine requested playlist, my friend. I made more than 100 real engines. I think I made an LS3, maybe an LS1, I forgot. If not, I'll be making it very soon. So thank you so much, my friend. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your time with your families, with your friends, with whatever you want to enjoy your time with, and have a crazy time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and of course, all these nonsense. But currently, there is a challenge. Remember that there is a challenge, an Eco MPG War. So if you want to participate in that challenge, the link in the description below for the Discord. If you want to participate in that challenge, and if you want to watch that the rules video, all these things are available on Discord. Or if you want to chat with me, ask me anything, everything is on the description below. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon, my friends, with more videos. I am giving you my biggest thank you for joining me in. It was a very special time for me at this time, and goodbye for now, my friends.